Alright everybody, it's Bilansley here at about 8:30 in the morning, and I was just going to do a quick video for y'all about just sort of gameplay and talk about my strategy and what I try to do and things I found that have worked and haven't worked, but mainly be focusing on talking about the build that I use, which won't get into too much detail. I have other videos on that you guys can check out, but basically, I just got done with my first run of the morning, which I kind of wish I would have filmed, but whoops, didn't go to the auction house. Oh yeah, I did. I did actually end up getting a nice legendary drop. Can't see it on here. I believe it's a Bull Kathos one-hander set weapon. And it was a really productive run. I'm almost about to level, be 51 here in hopefully today. But with that being said, I'm just going to go ahead and working on some key runs, but also loot and XP farming. Lately what I've been doing in sort of the route that I've enjoyed is I'll go to the core, because oftentimes there are several elite packs here, and first thing you'll be noticing is that I'm constantly using my auto attack. I think that on Witch Doctor is having a primary, which is like a mana efficient long range means of DPS. Kind of a gnarly pack here. But you can see how quickly that even just spamming my Ring of Toads, with the amount of life on hit that I have, that these guys are just absolutely just tossed right into the dumpster. As far as items that I pick up, you need to learn the names of the yellows that drop so that you know what to pick up and what not to pick up. I'm really picky about what I pick up. I pick up a limited select number of I-63 drops, some select I-62s, really anything 61 or lower I don't even mess with. Don't even bother picking them up. Now here you can see I'm just spamming Acid Cloud. You can see how powerful it is. I mean, it takes up a lot of mana, but it hits large groups and it hits pretty hard. But I can come in here and just finish them off with my bats. Back to the build and items that I pick up. Weapons I pick up certain select weapons as well, even maybe some 61s that I know that if they can roll good, they can sell. One of the reasons I also come to the course is these spider packs. Right now, mainly because I'm talking to you guys, I'm spamming my auto attack a lot. It does a lot of damage, but the reason I use Ring Toads is because with the amount of life I have, the proc rate for it is really high, and it's great for survivability. Arcane Enchanted. Now these guys you just have to be sort of swift with. The idea is sort of run in and out, soul harvest them when you can, use your Acid Cloud as you're running around avoiding, and always be spamming your auto attack no matter what. The range on it is really nice, and usually works. Now these crazy bitches are annoying. They shoot homing missiles, but they have no health, so you can just really toss them in the dumpster. Use your auto attack. A little bit about my setup and why I use it. zombie dogs, which I totally even forgot to pull out with leeching beasts. It works really nicely with my life on hit combinations, so it, as you can see, I mean, just from standing back and auto attacking, if I take some damage, I can regen it pretty quickly. Yeah, it looks like we got kind of skunked on elite packs in the core, but next is fire bats, cloud of bats. I use that. That is kind of what I call this build. It's sort of the bread and butter. Like, you run in, soul harvest them, which I use for obvious reasons. I mean, the DPS buff you get from it is huge. With gruesome feast, which is one of the passives I use, and soul harvest fully stacked, I'm at like 309k damage. It's pretty rowdy. But yeah, I did get a nice legendary set weapon drop on my initial run this morning. I'm sort of ADD about like my inventory and stuff like that, so I do tend to waste a lot of time organizing and selling, but just for the sake of time efficiency on this video, I'm not gonna go ahead and organize everything, but since I'm in town on repair bill isn't too bad. Now since we kind of got screwed on the core and didn't get 4 stacks or 5 stacks, we only got 3. We are going to have to do a little bit of Skycrown battlements. Real quick though, to finish up with spells, I like to use my right click as a massive AoE damage dealer. The catch is you get huge amounts of AoE DPS out of it, but it's really mana efficient. Like, I mean, I'll just show you here. If I continuously spam it, about 3 or 4 times in a row is the limit, unless you have more mana regen, which very soon I will have when I have my Zuni vision. But really there's 2 play styles. You can do what I'm sort of doing now, which is better, I think, or easier, because you don't have to chase down people, in more open, less compacted zones. It's sort of a more standoffish playstyle where you're pretty much always auto attacking with your primary, which for me is Reign of Toads, and then you have like your big AoE nuke, and that's your right click, but you get that at the cost of mana. Now the way to think about it though is you can either like find a big group punch together and hit a bunch of them like that from a distance, or you can do a bunch of small AoE attacks that cost less mana. And a lot of times, ooh, I almost killed myself with Soul Harvest. Need to drag these guys down here, but the thing with Acid Cloud is, the reason I think it's worth it is you get a lot of bang for your buck. You get a lot of damage, albeit at a certain mana cost. I always thought these birds were kind of really, actually not kinda, like real fucking annoying, and they God, I'm so ADD about having to kill everything. I mean, normally, like if I wasn't making a video and just trying to slow things down and show everyone, and if I was really focused on it and like on a farming mission, I would skip through a lot of these white trash and stuff, except large packs. I'd run from pack to pack, but since I'm trying to demonstrate how the build is played, like even like this, I'm not even using my fire bats, so I'm still killing stuff really quickly. But of course, you can have the other playstyle, which is more like this, where you're constantly running and spirit walking from elite pack or regular pack to pack, and intermittently using acid bomb, corpse bomb, to throw this guys right into the dumpster. Total dumpster fodder right here. A lot of times, like, maybe I can see if it happens this time. If I can run over, soul harvest, and one shot that guy, but not this time. But I did a shitload of damage to him, so it doesn't really matter. And the way I look at it is sometimes I like this playstyle because it's a little bit lazier, and I can like put my Spotify on, listen to music, talk on the phone, do other stuff, and just sort of like very easily farm at a pretty decent pace, but at the same time still be somewhat efficient. Now this, like a little bit more play style, I'll try to show you sort of the more aggressive melee style, but you can see it's all about like you want to get in the middle of packs and you're using your fire bats, cloud of bats, and then if you have the mana for it intermittently, you don't want to waste it on one pack. But if I can group these three together, oh well, shit. Golden Talons can be good sometimes. I've seen some decent I-62 monk one-handers. Now like this, I need a soul harvest stack, but it's not spawned yet. So acid cloud, I was hoping it didn't kill them all straight up, so I did get my 5 stack. Finish these guys off. I mean, it's kind of funny because some of the points that I'm trying to show you, like a lot of these mobs are these demonic troopers and birds, so they can hurt you, but they don't have a lot of health, so it's kind of hard for me to show you. I mean, I always am at auto attacking no matter what style of play I'm using, but these packs are dying so quickly, it's hard for me to show you like how I run in from pack to pack. I'm only doing MP2 right now just for the sake of speed of farming, trying to get loot and XP, and I mean, like right there, one-shotted, tossed right into the dumpster before I'm even able to use any of my secondaries. Like again, there, auto attack, fucking knocks them down to size pretty damn quickly. But after this, and I get the key, I'll show you a little bit what it's like in the depths, and that's where it's really fun, because that's when you can fire bats down. And if I was playing or streaming, I wasn't just doing a demo video, a lot of the shit like this I would just spirit walk through and run away from, because it's kind of a waste of time, all these little packs. And one thing, if you didn't know, good piece of information, is that any enemy that spawns additional enemies, such as the fallen prophets, or in the vault of the assassin, the towers that spawn the spiders, you only get XP and kill streak bonus rewards and things like that from the first wave of creeps that they spawn or distribute or create, or whatever you want to call it. So that's why in a lot of cases, since they spawn these guys so quickly, it's like to stand around and chase them down after the first wave, it doesn't really do anything. That's why to me, it's a priority, is kill the prophets, get rid of them, making them quit spamming these little fucking assholes that ruin your day because they chase you halfway across the map when you're trying to fight elite packs. But I mean, initially you do want to kill all of them, but like right now, like a lot of these are just respawns, so I'm not actually getting XP or anything for it. It seems like I'm doing work, but I'm really not. The reason I always spam my auto attack on everything is just because, one, the life on hit, it's like just having constant health regen, but also because it's super mana efficient. It doesn't really use up too much mana. Yeah, like right there, totally just one-shotted that big ass nasty looking worm thing. So for me, I find that when I do battles or Skycrown battlements and Stonefort, that you can really play a little bit more with a standoff off, and you can just auto attack down if you have the damage for it. As I've shown everyone before, I don't have any buffs. I'll let the Gruesome Feast buff go away. So now I have no buffs, and I have 168,000 DPS. But even, I mean, that's with Pierce the Veil, so I take Pierce the Veil off, because sometimes I like to use different runes, or I use different builds, so I don't always have it, but that drops me, with this particular build, without Pierce the Veil, it drops me down to 140k, something like that. Still really good, and this build is still super effective, so I mean, it just goes to show you, like, that's sort of the DPS range to do what I'm doing is, and I'm sure my next threshold is I want to break 200k, and I can't even imagine what, I mean, I'll probably step it up some more. The reason I do MP2 is, when I'm making a video, and it's easier to show my points. Of how I play my character. But as I was saying before, I probably should have pumped it up to MP3, because even just like single skills are absolutely just fucking merc diesel train. Now, I had a 5-stack a little while ago, so a lot of times I just port directly to Stonefort and just be done with it if I'm doing straight key runs for efficiency. But because I am loot and XP farming as well as collecting keys, I went ahead and finished Skycrown battlements, and I think it was worth it. I think we found some big packs that you can see I'm about a bub and a half away from the old ding dongaroo. Get me to 51. Sorry guys, my nose itches. It's gross, huh? Anything else really about the Witch Doctor that you guys have questions on, or like how mechanics work and you want to see me do a video on it, leave a comment or message me and say, you know, hey, I play Witch Doctor, this is my DPS, and I can play around and try to find a build for you that will maximize your efficiency. But even with 167k, I mean, I think farming MP2 is worth it. I find tons of legendaries, probably like one every other run that I do, depending on what the run is. And I'll show you my DEET stats. That's with a couple buffs. It's already up to 184. On MP2, at Paragon level 51, I still have 371 magic finds. So for me, because I just happen to have a lot of MF stuff on my gear, it's not like I bought an MF set. It's just the shit that I found that I wanted, that fit my budget at the time, and that just, I sort of got MF as a nice little bonus. However, I have started exchanging some pieces out for like higher DPS, higher survivability in lieu of magic find. It's not a priority at all. I don't search for it anymore. When I don't put it in my search filter anymore. I just realized that was an elite pack. But you can just see Firebat's build is pretty damn good. Another thing that you guys should check out though, and like right here I'll put one of those YouTube linky things that'll be like, hey man, click here if you want to see this, is my Exploding Dogs build. Now, the only thing that sucks about it is it's a really gear dependent build, and I sort of bought like budget, like super budget, tested out, test drive rental car gear, and my DPS goes down to like 70,000, 71,000, which I mean is not bad. I'm not knocking anyone that if you're listening and that's where your witch doctor's at. There certainly are viable builds, and I mean I prove it with the doggy build. You can get maybe $5 million worth of gear that you specifically need to make the Exploding Dogs build work, and you can run it, and it's really fun. I mean, I play with it sometimes too and do MP2 and do just fine. Maybe just slightly a tad bit slower, just because I don't have the cooldown reduction exactly where it should be for that particular build, but check out the video, guys. It's pretty damn cool. I mean, what could be better than watching fucking like Zombieland death dogs blow up and then regenerate after they blow up, and then you blow them up again, and you can get like chain reactions of like 9 explosions in a row, and those are just absolutely, it's like a garbage truck just tossing shit into the dumpster. All over the place. Finally found the key warden, and as long as there's like white mobs around, his ice shit doesn't really matter to me. I mean, I can eat it, and I have enough life on hit. And look, I mean, I don't even have the opportunity really. Like, I could have done something there, but I just auto attacked him down that quickly. Yeah, I already have 5 stacks now, and I did not get a key, of course. As I'm making a video, a key wouldn't drop. I'm going to TP back right now. Normally I would finish Stone Fort, but it's not at this point critical. Go ahead and just while I'm here, sorry guys, I have to do this. I know, you wait and you shouldn't do that and blah blah blah, but dude, I am ADD as a motherfucker, and I gotta get my shit right and tight before we roll out. But I won't identify until I'll do that later. That'll be like an extra if you want. It'll be a bonus at the end of the video if people want to watch it. Starting to keep depths, and here we should get some good Firebat action because it's all nice and cramped, and I can bottleneck people and then eat their souls with a vortex of bats that are on fire. That's like why I mean honestly, that's why I love the Witch Doctor. I think the skills are so hilarious and like creative, and it's just different. Oh, and this is cute. We got 2 elite packs, but check this out. I mean, even though it's reflect damage frozen, as long as I don't do anything stupid, look at my cooldown reduction from Grave Injustice. Everything is just on cooldown. Absolutely planner blasting everybody with my auto attacks. Spirit walk right out of that bullshit. Oh, you wanna suck me in? I'll just Cloud of Bats you. That guy's done. Corpse bomb that chunk there. Huh. I mean 2 packs at a time even is just like GG. And I have full mana. I could have, I mean, I just for some reason decided to waste my soul harvest on it, but he's dead, done for. And that really didn't take, I mean, all that long. Like, I know I've seen Barbs like one-shot elite packs and stuff like that. We don't want to get into that argument again. I play Barb, I know I get it. Fine. They farm really fast. Everybody knows that. But witch doctors, I think, are way more fun, and you can still farm really fast. I still find a ton of legendaries. Like right now, I don't have a ton of money, but I'm selling, I'm selling stuff, and I mean, I've easily made close to $1 billion gold in the however long I've played this game, in the couple of months or so that I've really gotten into it. The other thing, guys, is that my character is 100% farmed. Like, I did it the long way, where I just farmed axe and areas for drops until I had enough money to buy like a mediocre, and I was constantly having to upgrade every piece. It was tedious. I didn't buy gold or do anything like that. So now that I'm at this point, though, I'm at the point where like I'm sort of self-sustaining in my own little economy. Like, I have a pretty steady income stream from drops when I farm hard. I usually find at least a couple items out of however many items that I pick up drop are per run, which is a metric shit ton. Oh, I want to soul walk and soul harvest that shit so bad. That was just a melt sesh, guys. That was melty. Melted. Melt your face. See, and that's why I think the Witch Doctor is so fun, because it's like, bam, one-shot at everybody, like, and it resets your stacks of soul harvest, which give you incredible amounts of damage. I mean, and then you can just do like the Vortex of Death, where you aggro like a whole bunch of people and then start fire batting, and then you can watch them sort of like spiral in and just blah, crit, 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 death, death, death. I do enjoy, I mean, Witch Doctor to me, I've played all the classes, some of them not for very long, but I have the 25 Monk, I have Paragon 11 Wizard, I have a 25 Monk, I don't know if I said that, and then I have a Barbarian that's like Paragon 6 or 3 or something. And oh yes, he's a whirlwind barb. He whirly whirls all over the place, and he only has like 50k DPS and can still farm probably as fast as my Witch Doctor with 167k DPS MP2. But that's the difference, though, is I can farm even up to like MP4 or 5 like fairly efficiently, and I'm sort of cut off at 2 with the barb. So oh well, barbs are fun. I mean, barbs are good characters. Everybody knows it, so no need to discuss it, mates. Even though I just did for like long ass time. Skeletons have totally no HP at all whatsoever, and it's almost not even worth using like any mana on bats or anything when you can just almost one-shot them with your auto attack. Now, if you're wondering what my typical route is, typically I go to the core of Arat, or however you pronounce it, I just call it the core. Usually you can get like 3 to 4, sometimes even a 5 stack there. If you get a 5 stack there, go directly to Stoneforge to get the key, and then after you kill the key warden, immediately port and I do depths 1 and 2, sometimes only 2 because it's the densest, and rarely do I do 3 because it's so short. I mean, but there is usually, I mean, there's always elite packs there, but did I clear this zone? I haven't been paying attention. I did. So the easiest thing to do now is just to port back. And since I showed you a little demo in the old Keeperoos, we will do the Fields of Slaughter, which is always should be in your route. It's like creeps everywhere. Mob city. You're just freaking mobbing it, and you can also really just, this is where like fire bats is just really broken because everything's aggroing you, and I mean it procs life on hit, so you're staying alive, plus you have Grave Injustice and Gruesome Feast, so like you can pretty much continuously spam bats as long as people, or not people, but as long as mobs are fucking getting lured like bees to, no, where are bees lured to? I guess like bears to honey. That'll work. These little motherfuckers suck because they run around like pussies. I'm just gonna throw spears at you. Ooh, Heralds of Pestilence, probably one of my least favorite mob type ever. They're right up there with the Desert Hornets and Dune Stingers in Act 2. What else really grinds my gears as far as creeps go? Molochs are pretty bad, but they don't, I mean, I can usually kill them before they can run and shoot their stupid fireballs. But an elite pack of Heralds of Pestilence are just obnoxious. They're not sweet at all. Phase Beasts can be really annoying, especially on higher MPs, and elite packs of Phase Beasts are kind of pretty harsh in my opinion. But yeah, Heralds of Pestilence are definitely not my favorite. I don't even know why I bother with these things, but you do get Soul Harvest stacks. For some reason I cut diagonal, but my usual route is I just run a big circle around the Fields of Slaughter and aggro whatever I can. Apparently it went the wrong way. I needed to go over here. Yeah, this is the direction I needed to go. But we got these big trains like this, and you can just soul harvest the shit out of them, and then like your life on hit procs a lot. Now I need to quit talking for like 2 seconds and just fucking GG these guys. Oh yeah, second legendary of day. So I'm 1 for 1 now on runs. Um, oh, Frostburn Gauntlets again. Wow, it's like the third set I've gotten in about 4 days. This is a game suggestion for Blizzard. They need to put a like auto brim option where it doesn't need to be identified and you can just fucking GG it. Get that shit the fuck out of your life. That's the only thing that sucks is, I mean, they're like the concept of the Frostburn gauntlets are cool, but when stats on your character are ultimately and not like unique gear bonuses, your stats have got to be the core of your character, and Frostburn gauntlets just ain't got it. So it's unfortunate that there's a lot of really cool items that have like really sweet concepts behind them, but are just pretty much useless because of the fact that they lack things that almost every player, I mean, I can't speak for everyone. You know, there could be people that disagree with me, and that's fine. You know, leave comments, let's talk about it. It's cool, man. I'm a nice guy. We can have a convo. But yeah, for me, there's just, it's unfortunate that there are items that it's like when items drop, there's like a weird beeping noise outside. No idea what the hell that was. Almost died there, but I'm just so clutch that, oh, y'all can't even mess with this. Oops, now that was a very poorly placed corpse bomb. But once these guys just come into the meat grinder, they'll just get soul harvested and just absolutely melted. And I can spirit walk over here. Oh, another thing I do that's really helpful is I have also bound move as spacebar. So without clicking, see, here's my hand. I gotta point the mouse which way I want to go, but you know, I can move using spacebar. So some of those situations where you use like just click to do it, you're like, oh shit, I'm stuck, but I want to go this direction. Like use spacebar. I do that, and it gets me out of nar pop pow situations. Apparently, that's what they say on the west coast, west side, for like good snow for snowboarding on. I don't know. Not into that scene, but I heard it somewhere, so it's got to be true. Where'd you hear it? The internet. And everything on the internet is true. Where did you hear that? The internet. Yeah. Oh shit, I already pretty much cleared this mug. That was weird. There's usually like more elite packs. I like the bridge too. Lots of mob density. Get to use hella fire bats, which is awesome. This build is just so fun. And then like, see, if I start taking damage, I can just auto attack, and then it just is like, oh, insta health. You don't even have to use potions or anything that much. Did I even pick up those Frostburn gauntlets? Yeah, I did. I was gonna say that'd have been funny if I just left them there. I wouldn't have even gone back for them. Oh, oh no! And the reflect damage. Abort mission. Spirit walk. Save me, Jesus! Oh my god. Alright. These guys need to be taken care of. Health. Oh no! Oh no! I was. Oh no! I died. It's because my nose was itching. And I went to do it and I did not see these guys. But yeah, this is crazy, man. This is like 2 elite packs and, reflect damage and arcanes and teleporters. This is a pretty damn gnarly pack. Pretty much I just gotta try to like separate them and mitigate the reflect damage. So it's gonna take a second to kill this pack, but like I got it. That was risky. Sometimes you gotta risk it for a biscuit. It's the rule in life. There's no biscuits to be had unless risks are not taken. But yeah, if the problem with reflect damage, and it may not be a problem for some people, but just at least with my setup, even with the life on hit, my AR and my armor, I can put out some big hard crit numbers, and if you run into a pack of like 2 packs of reflect damage and you crit for over 1,000,000 on all of them, like that's GG, uninstall. Like you will one-shot yourself. So if you can spread them out and then only get the reflect off one of them, then it is much nicer and a lot more easy to handle. It just takes longer. So I mean, I need to figure out something where I can just eat like that much damage at one time. And I know the answer to it. I just need a lot more. I'm already at like 800 AR and 4,500 damage, but I'd have to do like a tank witch build, and that would require a sacrifice in deeps that I'm not willing to make, especially since I'm already like really survivable anyway. I mean, you saw me die, but that was because I was retarded. I rarely die. Not to toot my own horn or anything, but I mean, MP2 is just so easy for me that it's like, it's only, I mean, there's just sometimes in this game, just the way RNG works, like you're always going to get packs or combos of packs that are just awful, just not even fun. And I mean, they have so much crowd control and so much like damage over time shit that they can do that it's possible that you could be caught in a situation where you die and there's nothing you can do about it. It's not your fault. It is just shitty RNG. But the bridge is really good. I like it, especially when there's like huge mobs. Like, yeah, there's a choo-choo train. Like, just bam, one shot. It's soul harvested. Got 5 stacks and 3 stacks of gruesome feast now. And like these guys are just gonna get like acid bombed. They don't even know it's gonna hit him. This guy's running away. He's got his back turned. He just died. He just died fucking out of breath and tired. That's all that he earned. Why I went up there, I don't know. That seemed like a waste of time, but I am demonstrating how I play my Witch Doctor, and I think that the way that I play is pretty fucking good. And you've already probably seen my Exploding Doggies video, which is another sweet, sweet, sweet build. The only thing is I just need more gear for that build. I'd have to spend like probably a couple million to get gear decent enough where I could use it at the same efficiency rate that I do with this setup. I mean, I kill things just so quickly on MP2 that it's and this is, I would say, like this video, I mean, I'm farming a lot slower than I normally do just because I'm trying to emphasize the points of like how you can fight different types of packs and mobs with this. Door is closed, so that did not spawn. That door's open. There's always an elite pack down there, so I always dip dizzle down into the bridge stores so I can get another potential legendary drop. But I think the bridge is really fun. It's one of my favorite parts of Act 3, actually. Unfortunately, on this one, I started with at the Kill Asmodan quest, so it's not going to be a Siegebreaker run. Y'all won't get to see me fight Siegebreaker, but I kill him really, really fast. Like, it's kind of not even funny how fast I kill him. And then, ooh, we'll definitely have to make a video about this, but when me and Eriku play the Barb, the other D3Junkies host, the Great One, we can like kill Asmod. Holy shit! See what I mean about fucking almost one-shotting yourself with silly crits? That was phew, that was almost very bad for me. Maybe I'll just Cloud of Rain these guys, try to regen some life. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, my doggies are getting me life too. Ooh, this is just rough. Got the arcanes in there, but see, at least they're bottlenecked, which is that's what I always, I gotta stop doing that. Oh my god, that's just death right there. I don't know, that's just what I do. This guy's just no problem at all. But yeah, like I was saying, damn it, inventory full. All this nonsense. No, I was just saying that MP2 is pretty damn easy, and I mean, even that really kind of like nasty pack, you know, you just have to have strategy. You just like, okay, I need to bottleneck them up, and then not let them surround me, spread out, and then just sort of use your damage from afar spells and try to be all swift and ninja-like, swoop in with a spirit walk and grab a couple health globes when you can. Drop your corpse bombs on them. Now the thing is, with this build, I've always said this, but the primary that you use, like for instance the one that I use is obviously, you know, Plague of Toads. But that and Acid Bomb, which I call your high mana usage, like, nuke spell that you use situationally. This skill slot and this skill slot are pretty variable. Like, you can switch those out for a lot of different things. I mean, I use zombie bears, aka bath salt bears, a lot for this one. Sometimes I use the Grasp of the Dead with the molesting eels, or whatever they're called, groping eels. And for Ubers and things like that, I definitely use poison darts, because it does, I think, more single target damage, which is better for Ubers, and it's fast too, so it procs my life on hit. Good, like, not as good as Plague of Toads, but still really, really, really good. Other than that, I mean, Soul Harvest, like, why wouldn't you use it? It's a huge AoE nuke, and it gives you a shit ton of DPS. Spirit Walk is pretty much what makes a Witch Doctor a Witch Doctor. I can't think of a Witch Doctor that doesn't, like, I don't know why you wouldn't not use, yeah, Spirit Walk. But the rune on it, Healing Journey, I use Healing Journey just because, like, it's just more, it's even more survivability, and I'm really, like, all about balancing survivability and damage output. And Spirit Walk is nice because it's like almost like a potion, like a mini potion that can also help you escape a death situation. So yeah, but other popular ones are the ones that gives you mana. I mean, just play around with them, do what you want, and then of course, Cloud of Bats. That's like the other whole. That's your, sufficiently mana efficient mass AOE, like, pack slaughtering spam spell. And then the zombie dogs, Legion Beasts, they're good for the health they give you. Procs well with the life on hit. But basically they're your crowd control. So when you run into a huge pack, that they stay close enough to you that you don't aggro all of the mobs directly onto you, so you take less damage, but they're still within range of your Soul Harvest, Spirit Walk, Corpse Bomb, and obviously your auto attack, because that has a really long range. Other than that, I mean, sometimes I'll run, like, Area Crater 1 and stuff, but I need to wrap this video up. We'll just do a little bit of Crater first level, which again typically I skip. I just do Crater 2 and then the towers, because Crater 1 is like, it's a maze, and there's a lot of backtracking, and it's time consuming. I mean, the creep density is good, but I just don't think that the amount of time spent running back around trying to find where the hell you went and where the freaking exit is isn't worth it. But again, love packs like that. They just get sucked into the vortex of death. Even more, these guys just want it so bad. Stupid Fallen Prophets. And these worms, I don't know what to do what they are. They kind of reflect damage, but even then, I'm just like standing in the middle of them with my fire bats doing hella DPS. Oh, and they're jailer, but you know what? Oh, here comes other mobs that will just give me tons of life on hit. Oh, and there's health globes there. Oh, and health globes give me more damage. So with 5 and 4 stack, I have, well, that wasn't 4, that was 3. It went down 1, but my point is, when I'm fully buffed for the deeps, I'm at 309, just titty bit under 309k thousand damage, but I'm always, I mean, just because I'm always using Soul Harvest, I'm always like well above 200,000k damage. So my effective damage versus like what my stats sheet shows is a lot higher, and that's one of the things about the build and just Diablo in general is effective health and effective DPS are way more accurate measures of like how much damage output you have. I mean, how fast you are at killing creeps, basically. The way that the calculator that Blizzard uses for DPS and everything is takes. I think there's like it's just not as accurate. It makes assumptions about play styles and things like that that affect, you know, damage output. I guess I don't really know how to explain it, but there is a difference between DPS and effective DPS. I mean, perfect example is like barbs, for example. A barb with 60,000k damage has probably way more effective DPS than like, say, a witch doctor with 100,000 damage. And part of it is even if that witch doctor has tons of crit damage, crit hit, and everything, and attack speed and whatnot, like, you know, all things taken into consideration, the reason the barb will do more, like a whirlwind barb will output more damage, is just because of the fact that they are constantly 100% of the time hitting, so they're always proccing. There's never an interruption in the damage. Where even you can see, even when I auto attack, I have to stop and cast, stop and cast, stop and cast, and that's what makes them such fast farmers. That's what makes them able to do immense amounts of DPS even to bosses, even though their stat numbers don't show it. They're a perfect example of like effective DPS versus what your stat board shows. And that's true with any class. And so when you take into consideration like the amount of creeps I'm able to hit with one blow and how big those blows can crit, my effective DPS or damage per second output is much higher than what I show to have on my stat sheets. Not saying that 167k is too shabby, but I mean, it's nothing to write home about. You know, if you go and look on Diablo progress, I mean, they got several witch doctors that are over 400k damage. So, and that's unbuffed DPS, which I look at. That's your DPS buffs are like, I mean, they're buffs, they're conditional, so you don't always have them. You can have them even most of the time, but it's still not something that's just intrinsic to your character. It's something you have to activate that lasts for a predetermined period of time. Effective health, same thing. I mean, vitality is good, you need it, but in terms of survivability, I think that stacking AR and armor is way more effective than going for straight like health points. I would almost dare to say that Vit is probably the least or lowest priority stat. And what I mean by that, I don't mean like don't get Vit, like oh just fuck Vit. No. You gotta have the Vit. The Vit's your baseline that all the other damage reduction percentages are based off of. However, what I'm trying to say is that if you have a choice of buying two items and one has a lot of Vit and little or no AR and lower armor versus like a really high armor, high AR item that sacrifices some of the Vit, then I would say buy the one with the high armor and high AR. Even though you lose a little bit of Vit, you'll actually be more survivable. And I know there's differing opinions on that too. I mean, some people just say all you need to do is stack Vit and everything, but again, just from a balance point of view, and I mean, obviously, I hope people see that my gameplay is even going slow and making a video and talking while I'm doing this, which is diverting some of my attention. I mean, I ain't doing too bad, and I'm farming pretty damn fast on MP2. And this is even with, you know, going and killing, messing around with all these creeps that in most cases when I'm just power farming and really putting in the work, would just bypass. But Tower 1 and 2 are usually pretty good. Core 2 is always good, and that one's pretty straightforward in terms of creep density and everything. Basically, I mean, it's the Alkaiser run. Go look it up on YouTube. I mean, I'm not taking credit for, like, this run is basically, and the modifications I've made to it is all based off of the Alkaiser run. If you don't know who he is, he was the first player to achieve Paragon level 100 when the patch came out introducing Paragon levels. He did it in 2 weeks. And I believe on Twitch TV, 25,000 people watched him do it live or something like that. But point is, this is basically a modified Alkaiser run. Although this what I just showed you in this video wasn't, but what I told you about, kind of what I normally do is, and I've just sort of modified it because now they have keys. So you know, even though I have fucking 20 keys of terror, you know, it's always the keys there. You might as well farm them. And these stupid succubuses are just worthless. They're just about to die. Fire chains couldn't even try to surround me. Well, with the life on hit, I mean, that was an example right there just to show you guys how, I mean, I can stand like directly in Plagued, and just the procs from my life on hit will keep me alive. Soul Harvesters suck, or Soul Lashers. The stupid, especially elite packs of them with fast affix. It's like, how do you catch these little motherfuckers? Soviet Russia, Soul Asher catches you. Oh yeah, Phase Beasts. Phase Beast Elite Pack. Perfect. Fortunately, Phase Beasts don't have like hardly any health. They just hit hard. And I just totally just right into the dumpster. But anyway, that's all I really wanted to show you, and just do like a primarily gameplay video with commentary about the usual way that I play my Witch Doctor. And just before we go, this nasty crap in my inventory. Here's my stat sheet, totally unbuffed right now. I mean, I have a 5-stack Nephilim, but that doesn't affect any of this. Here's all of my expanded details. So, you know, pretty good stats. My critical chance is what really, this is what I'm working on right now. This needs to be up, I think, 45-ish, 46-ish would be nice. Damage reduction from armor is 60%. I have 400,327 armor, over 800 all AR, 41k life. I have 474 life per second, so that's nice. And then I have 624 life on hit, which is nice. So I have kind of a balance between those two, and that's also like how I integrate part of my survivability. 12% movement speed with full stacks of Nephilim and everything on MP2. I have 275% gold find, 371% magic find, and I'm getting a 95% experience bonus. As you can see just during the video, I am nearly about to ding, but I'm about to go stream live, so tune into twitch.tv. Bilansley is the channel name, just like it is in my character name. So yeah, I mean just Bilansley, but it's right there on the YouTube page. So anyway, y'all have a great morning, and hope you enjoyed the video, and happy farming. Bye, y'all.